Vanguard have recently published that they estimate there to be £218 billion sat in excess cash accounts in the UK. So this doesn't include emergency funds. This doesn't include money that's going to be needed in the next 1 to 2 years. This is just excess cash just sitting there doing nothing. And for most people, the reason that it's sat there is quite simple. Moving it feels harder than leaving it. It's the status quo in the UK, and this might be money that's just simply built up over the years. It might be an inheritance, but most people view cash as safe, and in one sense it is safe because the value is not going to potentially drop by 30% overnight like an investment can. You always know exactly what's there when you go to look at it, and that can feel safe, that can feel secure. But Andy Reid, who's the head of behavioural economics research at Vanguard, makes the point that people don't really weigh this up, and a lot of the time people aren't choosing cash, but they're simply defaulting into it because that's where you get paid. You get paid into your bank account, or if you receive a bonus or an inheritance, quite often it will just go into your bank account. And he also said something else that was interesting, and that was that yes, investing is risky, but not investing is also risky. It's just that you don't often feel it as much with cash because it's slow and quiet, and it's not something that you can see straight away like market volatility. And here's what that actually looks like. So let's say you've got £10,000 in a savings account, and we'll assume that over 20 years you're going to get an average interest rate of 2%, and that price inflation is 3% a year. So as you can see, over the course of that term, what that £10,000 can actually buy you is less and less and less. And by the time you get to 20 years, it's equivalent to £8,227 in today's money. And obviously that's using a set of assumptions, but I would say that's a fairly gentle set of assumptions, and we have seen much higher inflation than 3% in recent years. For example, in 2022 we saw inflation of 11%. Now it is worth saying that cash absolutely does have its place, and anything that you're going to need in the short term, so the next few years, then that money should be kept in cash so that you know what the value is when you need it, and you know it's not going to drop just before you need it. For example, you might want to buy a home in the next couple of years. You need that money to be there ready for a house deposit or for your emergency fund. Again, don't be investing that money. That needs to be kept in an instantly accessible cash-based account. But for any money that can be left for the longer term, if you're simply keeping it in cash out of habit, then it's often worth reconsidering what you're doing with that money. But as always, investing does carry risk, and I would always recommend speaking to a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. This is absolutely not financial advice. It's purely for educational purposes. But if you did get any value from this video, then please follow along.